Alrighty. Hello everyone. Once again, it's another day of the distance with the weekly workshop stuff. I'm not sure what I'm calling this properly. Point is, looking at new tracks. Looks like we actually don't have a lot to get through tonight, so it's gonna be back to the whole Minute Assault collection thing, that's for sure. I mean, we got plenty of those to go through still, so... Why don't we get things started? We'll start with the... I'll start with the two new tracks. Wait, why is the other one not? Oh, because I guess I picked up some other stuff afterwards in there in order of when I downloaded them latest, I believe. So we'll actually start with the one I had before, the Tribos Hot Wheels Unleashed Haunted House or something. The text is rather small because there's a lot to it there. Just 1 second. Actually, I wanted to read the description of this anyways, so, good thing that kind of reminded me. Two Laps. This is a recreation of a level from Hot Wheels Unleashed, a game I've actually heard fairly good things about. I also did some creative liberties of my own to fully utilize the something that gets cut off. Thanks, game. Actually, I can check. I also did some creative liberties of my own to utilize the Distances editor. Several Hot Wheels Unleashed assets have been recreated very faithfully, some not as much. I was not going to recreate the entire basement, so I used Track Room as a background. Ghost obstacles changed so the effect works better with distance. Couldn't fix checkpoint. Zone the two sideways ones so you don't hate. Very special thank you to backgrounds who created film, The Spider, and Hijacker who created The Haunted House. Awesome. I have actually seen this track already, and I have to say the props and assets they made for this, pretty dang good stuff. Now let's start fresh. Chances are I'm not going to get a good first run through, but you know, let's find out. I wonder, is it shadow stuff supposed to be a hazard, or are those some kind of power-ups? Because I'm actually not sure. Uh-oh. Why is everything black? Is that... I'm confused if this is intentional or some sort of rendering reflection bug. I mean, the white came back, but what actually... Hold on. Was it this? Oh. Did those things blind you if you hit them? I think they do. Okay. That's a kinda neat hazard, though also really makes the level suck. They last so long and you hit a transfer like this when you're blind, like, here, like... And already I'm ruining my chance at a good lap, but... I mean, you can kinda see it because of the lit up sides of the track, so you know what? We'll give them props for actually making it possible to drive like that, but it still sucks. Why am I am just doing this all wrong. What am I doing incorrectly? Do I not need to jump? Well, no. I must have been jumping way too early or something before it leveled out. Okay, don't blind myself, because I don't like it. Also, just want to say this. I'm not even slowing down to actually appreciate things, but this track looks fantastic. Uh-oh. Spider! if I could just jump over the... Actually, I wonder how this happens. Actually, I wonder... Are all these tombstones, like... I like those neon effects on all the tombstones and stuff. Are they only... No, they are lit up here. Okay, they just don't stand out nearly as much, so when you get blinded, it's all of a sudden like neon haunted house props. Which is a really cool effect. I'm not really familiar with the source material for this level, so I don't know if that's like a direct one-to-one thing or Creative Liberties type stuff. Either way, it's pretty cool. Can I just... Yeah, I can. I'm actually kind of curious what those do to me if I hit them. I'll try next time around. Okay, so I just need to wait later to jump off those because the curve will mess up my, or I won't get the right, trajectory off the jump if I jump too early. Dodge the shadow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yes. Kind of wish those weren't visible for the track when they're sunk down low, but I guess it helps the clarity of this is a line of hazards. Be ready for one of these to jump up at you if you're passing at the wrong time. I think that's my only nitpick with this track right now. I don't want to hit that. I do want to intentionally get hit by the spider. Because I want to see how these... Okay. They just murder your momentum entirely. Cool. So that's actually a prop I have seen in the source game, and it works very similar to that, so... Pretty faithful recreation. And also basically game over if you're trying to go for any kind of decent time and you hit one of those. Though I guess that'll be, that'll make things more interesting for online play, at least. But what? Who's... Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay. That is my one friend who seems to have a very... He's just very good at calling me at the most inopportune times possible. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Need to get back into the correct window before I can unpause. Uh-oh. Ooh, that's a nasty combo. That plus spider. Okay, I can still... Yeah, that is neat how they utilize the lighting in the dark, but it's still definitely like reduced range from when the lights actually show up. Kinda wish I could see a little further out, but then again, I mean, it's supposed to be a pretty nasty hazard, I presume. I mean, the spider one is probably still worse than that, even with it lasting as long as it does. Okay. Yeah, that was... I should have... You know what? Why did it... Hey, Binds. I'm not sure why I actually just drove that normally instead of actually slowing down to look at things after... Oh, whoops. After I totally botched any chance of it, that being a decent run-through. Let's load back in and actually appreciate things, because there's a lot of nice stuff going on in this level. So, let's see, as a track, I think it plays decently well. It's not... I mean, what am I thinking here? Like, it's not too demanding, because it's meant to be a fairly traditional style racetrack. Obviously, because it's based on another game. If you go too wild with distance things, it's not going to be like the original track at all anymore. But, like, I just want to say, like, I really like the way this reflective, like, kind of plastic-looking track is, because it is Hot Wheels, and even though these discs don't quite look like they do in the game, they're nice patterning to break up the track and stuff, so, yeah. Good stuff. And we got some nice glowing, arrows. Also, I have heard rumor that these, black and yellow handrails were an absolute nightmare to recreate, so, I guess I'll say props for actually doing that, and they do look nice. So, I hope it was worth it. But yeah, I really like how we've got a lot of lighting on the sides of the track. Actually, I wonder what it took to recreate that Hot Wheels Lagoon. But, okay, that's more of a gap than I gave it credit for. Can I? Yeah, I can just jump that. Some nice, like, obsidian-looking rock stuff. Yeah, I really like the gravestone and graveyard type props, and the way they glow in the dark is a nice effect, even though ideally you don't want to ever see that. Like, I do appreciate the use of lighting in the dark mode when we hit one of those traps like this. It's just cool. I have no idea if that's a thing in the source, but even if it is and you're just recreating it, I mean, you pulled it off nicely, so awesome stuff. So yeah, this is just like a really, really nice looking track. It's not too crazy, but I still feel like it's like it's got some reasonably cool stuff going on. I enjoy driving this track. This would make for a great, like, online versus track, I think. I think it's not... I mean, it's not bad for time trialing solo, but it's probably not going to be one of my favorite ones, just because, like, the hazards are not the best balanced for distance, but again, that's because it's based off a game that is very much not distance, so what you gonna do? You're either gonna make it not the track, or it's gonna kind of have those relatively minor issues. But yeah, I like this because it's like, I mean, I'm sure there are other tracks kind of like this out there, but this one feels like it's really its own thing, just with, like, the overall quality and how it was adapted. Like, this is a very nice track, to be sure. Easy recommend. Very easy recommend. I think this will probably go on my favorites list for quality and still being reasonably fun to drive. I don't think it's going to be my favorite one just gameplay-wise, but I don't think it's, like, bad in that regard either. It's just there are going to be a lot of actual distance-based levels that are just going to be more enjoyable because they really get to make full use of the game. They're not trying to recreate a thing like this. Granted, I cannot claim to have played a huge amount of tracks that are trying to put traditional racing styles into distance, but I have the feel from my current experience, and I just get the impression that even when I play more, this is going to be one of the better ones. Like, it's kind of hard to imagine doing anything that's gonna come out way better than this in terms of the gameplay for this style. What I'm saying is, this is good stuff. Those suck so much! Even the darkness is like, yeah, it sucks, but you can still drive through it, and it's like, it kind of creates a cool effect where the spider is just like, no, screw you. which I can only slightly complain about because that's exactly how it is in the source game. It's a giant you suck. If you get hit by this, everything just sucks. Alright. I really do want to get a better time on this, but that's going to have to be for another time because this track is moderately long, which I appreciate after doing all with the minute assault feeling on the too short side of things, but now is not the time to spend like 20 minutes on one track, especially when I've kind of said everything I'm going to say other than just repeatedly saying this track is high quality and good, you should try it. Oops. Yeah, I do want to go to the main menu because I'm not going. The next track I need to do is not in order, actually. Maybe it would a bit, but I don't know. Monument Realm. I want to say this is brand new. This is the most recent one on the workshop. I didn't actually check what day it came out, but either way, this is absolutely from this week. Pines is asking how the MA pack levels are. I would say they're not... gameplay-wise, there are a lot of them are kind of mediocre to okay-ish. There are a couple in there that are quite good. Their definitely selling point is they have some really cool and unique visuals. Like, their themes are all over the freaking place, and they, like, I would still say play through it even if you don't like Semtex's style, because it definitely kind of falls into you can tell these tracks are all made by the same person territory, but they're worth checking out just to see all the visuals and stuff. Like, I would say try and play through them once. I would say, like, even though not all the tracks get my seal of approval, I would say it's worth checking them out just to see all the crazy different themes and stuff that go on, because you'll probably find something you really like. Oh, right, of course it's one of these. Right. It's, what is this? Acceleracers, was it? That this is based on? Not that familiar with it, but you know, these tracks are a thing that are not terribly uncommon. What? Wasn't I supposed to, like, not go through that and explode? Okay, is there actual okay, it looks like there's an actual portal here now. I'm not sure why it doesn't appear in time with me getting up there, but... wait, huh? Why are these not solid? The grass, yes, I get, and also I'm gonna complain that the grass really obscures where the heck I'm going, which coming out blind from a portal, not... Yeah, I don't like that. Even if it's like an accurate recreation or something, not a good way to start the stage. And these things, why are they not solid? Are these solid? Yes, okay. I'm already a little confused and somewhat concerned about the quality of the level. I mean, the overall visuals are, like, this is a decent, like, outdoorsy woods area with some, like, old, like, ruined stone pillars and stuff. Like, the idea is there, the theme gets across, it's just, immediate impression is, this person needs a little more experience and time working on this track. I don't think it's quite ready to be released. And you know what? If they're inexperienced, it's entirely possible that it was not intended to be released in this condition. It just accidentally got uploaded early. And okay. That was... I was kind of expecting that to be like, yeah, dead end, I'm just gonna crash into this and explode, but I didn't expect spikes. Are they still there? Okay, so we got... Is that symbol just the go here? Like, this is like just like a green windy looking thing. This doesn't look like wrong way, death trap ahead. Oh, it teleports me. And if I'm going slow enough, I can get under the kill grid. Or kill sphere. Oh, I can't jump. I cannot jump into it to explode myself. Yeah, you're saying this is an entirely, fan-made realm, I guess, not really based on anything. So yeah, in that case, grass, like having grass on the road, neat idea, bad for visual clarity. Find a new way to do that, please. Not a terrible idea, execution is just not good. These, hold on, what symbol was on the first room? Let me check. It seems like they're kind of doing something with use the symbols to... Oh wait, hold on, I read something in the description. The only way to exit out of the ancient tubes of the Monument Realm is to decipher their mysterious hieroglyphs. A bit of a challenge when racing past them at 300 miles an hour. Only 300? Those are casual speeds. Okay, so we got green triangle-y thing. So maybe this is meant to be more of a puzzle stage than a straight racing stage, in which case having some visual obscuring, don't go full speed stuff might be more justifiable. So we got 2 triangle things. Okay, so that matches the way we came in. Is this also a death trap? It kind of looks like it might be because it's just running into a wall. Yes, okay. So dead end equals magical spike death. Gotcha. I'm getting somewhat of a feel how this track works. I'm, again, not sure it's great design for gameplay for working in this game, but you know what? I gotta give them some props for trying it out, and I'm gonna play through this for better or for worse. More of those triangle things seem to be checkpoint markers. Yeah, it's all just like that same green triangle symbol. So I'm not sure what deciphering I'm doing here other than follow the symbols that... Okay. So... Okay, we got another 4-way split. Okay, yeah, it looks like the theme is we hit one of these, there's 3 ways we can go, find the right symbol, you go on other symbols, instant murder teleport. And I think we're just... Oh, what the... That was... Again, abrupt teleporting into very obscure place where or place where my vision is highly obscured. Not good design. So yeah, it looks like when we hit one of those junctions, we're just following the symbol that we go in, and then we're getting some... You know, I like the variety in environments we're going here. It still feels like part of the same area, but clearly different parts. Oh, and we're just suddenly outside again. I appreciate the waterfall rain effects. Definitely not the prettiest one I've ever seen, but effort's there, and it's not terrible. Like, you can't just say it's bad because it's not the best, ever. Okay, let me actually hit this with some speed so I actually make it across. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, we had this symbol. It's more cool in there. What is... Oh, right, that's like some pickup thing. Okay, because I know I've seen those like power-up things in these sorts of tracks. So it looks like that... Oh. Do I have just all of my abilities back? Nice. I'm not sure if that's what the pickup did, or if that's just this area, because this... I mean, this kind of looks like it would be impassable without it, but maybe the pickup is just supposed to be a freebie, like, more of like a lore explanation thing, like, yeah, you got powers because you picked this up. Not just because Distance decided to stop disabling your abilities. Since I know a lot of these Accelerator Realms tracks traditionally do not have any of the additional car abilities, and now they're back off. And, okay, this is just a find the direction the track goes in. Little jarring coming off of... You know what? Actually, maybe that's not so bad, because all the other intersections like that are like, hold up, stop, pick the right direction, don't just go flying at it full speed, so... I guess that's at least consistent with how the level works. Yeah, and we're getting see, it would be better if there was at least part of a checkpoint visible in this one, and not just like stone roadway that kind of blends in with things. Considering the other one kind of had that as the indicator. Also, I've been kind of ignoring this, but these tracks have a little bit of issue with being able to see inside the hand railing here. If the creator ever looks at this, I mean, I don't actually know how difficult that is to fix, but just cap this off with something. It'll look way better. It should be a relatively easy fix. We got a bunch of these triangle symbols. Not all of them are lit up, but here's the end. Hooray! Yeah, this track feels like it definitely needs work. Like, there are things that feel like it was uploaded before it was technically complete. It's playable, but nah. Yeah, I'm just saying, a lot of people build these with the assumption that people have a level of familiarity with the series. And you know what? That's kind of fair. On one hand. On the other, like, I mean, the intro section is just really... I've been confused by that when I've run into that before, but it's not that hard to figure out. It's like, you pick a path, you go down it, you'll hit a teleporter, and you're... Like, it's not rocket science. It's not like you have to do something special, but the whole thing with that teleporter not being active in just, like, drive straight forwards time, that's a design issue in my book. Like, I don't know if there's some, like, lore accuracy reason for that, but even if there is, no, that's the kind of thing you change for artistic license to make the track actually play good. So, yeah, I think even if this level gets polished up, I think it'll be okay. I don't think it'll ever be great, just because, like, those hard intersection turn things, like, I just, it's a neat idea, don't get me wrong. I just feel like it's also pretty basic. Like, it's like, you solve the first puzzle, then you know everything that's coming up, and the level, it does a little bit beyond that, but not a whole lot. Like, I think it's not, if it gets fixed up, I would say it's not a bad track, but it's definitely not going to be one of, I don't know, I feel like it's harsh to call it a not good track. I feel like it's kind of like in between being mediocre and kind of good, if it gets fixed up. So, got potential. It's interesting kind of change of pace for me, at least, so not sure if people who play these kind of tracks will think the same, but yeah, there's some, like, fairly easy improvements that can be made that'll make it play a lot better. And, like, again, it kind of feels like this is someone who is relatively new to building custom tracks in here, just because some of, like, the functional issues with things like those gates just being intangible that you can just drive through. So, I mean, if this is, like, one of their first creations or a very early one, it's actually still pretty impressive, if that's true. So, can't just complain. Alright.